Many of you guys know that the California theme parks have been shut down for well over a year now as of March 2021. Arguably the most well-known park in that state is, of course, Disneyland. So with that park being closed since March 2020, the amount of news regarding this resort has significantly decreased until now. A few days ago, Disneyland just announced a proposal to Anaheim to build a massive theme park expansion with new lands, hotels, and more. So for today, let's take a look at what's on the horizon for the Disneyland Resort. One very important thing to make note of right off the bat is that this expansion will not be a third theme park. As soon as this project got announced, many media outlets incorrectly reported on the topic regarding this expansion as a new theme park. That is not the case. Disney has confirmed this. It will rather be expansions to both Disneyland Park and Disney California Adventure. Hence why in the title for this video there are quotations around third. You see the quotations he is making with his claw hands? It means it won't be a third park. Okay, enough of all that. Let's jump straight into all the new potential rides and lands. I must also make it clear that none of this is confirmed. I will strictly be using information mainly provided by the project proposal, but also some fan speculation and a little wishful thinking. The expansion will theoretically be split into three parts: the Disneyland Expansion, the California Adventure Expansion, and the Downtown Disney Shopping District Expansion. Let's start off with Disneyland. On the official Disneyland Forward website, which is the title of this proposed project, a few lands are mentioned that could potentially make its way to California and find a permanent home here. First off is Arendelle World of Frozen. This land is currently in construction at Hong Kong Disneyland, Tokyo Disneyland, and Disneyland Paris. The rides that could potentially come to Disneyland in California are an extended version of Epcot's Frozen Ever After boat ride, and possibly a new family roller coaster named Wandering Oaken's Sliding Sleighs, which is coming to Hong Kong Disneyland also. The land is described as follows. Set after the events of Frozen and before Frozen 2, peace and prosperity has finally returned to the Kingdom of Arendelle, and Queen Elsa has decreed a summer snow day for the merriment of the kingdom's citizens. Another new area that might make its way to Disneyland Park is a Tangled themed area. This land would include one main attraction that will allow guests to quote-unquote board a gondola for a romantic tour of Rapunzel's best day ever as she journeys with Flynn to the Lantern Festival. Next up, still in Disneyland Park might I add, will be Neverland from Peter Pan. This area could include two attractions, the first being described as being able to fly over the jungles of Neverland into a battle with Captain Hook and his crew of pirates. Guests will join Peter Pan in an adventure to rescue Wendy's younger brother John, who has been kidnapped by Captain Hook and his pirates. Secondly, there would be a small Tinkerbell themed flat ride. Now, these lands might seem a little familiar to you because Tokyo Disney Sea is actually getting them 2 years from now. This expansion will be known as Fantasy Springs in Tokyo. However, for Disneyland, it appears that there will be one other land associated with the Disneyland Park side of this expansion. Based on overhead layouts, it looks strikingly similar to that of Zootopia currently being built at Shanghai Disneyland. The land in Shanghai would include one main attraction, with its ride system rumored to be a test track / Indiana Jones hybrid. For Disneyland, it looks like they'll be taking that step further and really flesh out this world to show its full potential, by expanding the current footprint of the land. One other thing I want to mention regarding this proposed overhead layout is that there might be another entrance to the park connecting to that Downtown Disney expansion. Remember, none of this is confirmed, I just want to reiterate that again. Anywho, let's move on to California Adventure. Over the years, this park has lost its touch regarding the whole California theme aspect with the additions of Pixar Pier and the loosely connected California theme of Avengers Campus. But for this new expansion, Disney might be throwing that entire Golden State theme completely out the window. I actually could see them renaming this whole park within the next decade, just based on the new proposed lands I'm about to share with you. Now, on the official Disneyland Forward website, it states that DCA could potentially receive Toy Story Land, Tron Light Cycle Run, and Zootopia, which we already discovered would fit into Disneyland Park with that overhead layout. So it makes me wonder if Disney is not too sure with what they want to do with California Adventure yet. However, now we might have a better idea thanks to, yet again, those special overhead layouts. Just like Disneyland Park, there could be a new entrance connected to Downtown Disney, but this time instead of leading into Zootopia, it could lead into Wakanda from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. You can't deny that this section of the overhead view of the proposed park plan does not look like this exact shot from Black Panther. For potential rides, maybe we'll see Disney move over the existing Avengers e-ticket project in Avengers Campus and place it in Wakanda, since the storyline for that attraction was supposedly being set in Wakanda in the first place. Moving on down through DCA, we come across yet another land that looks pretty similar to Pandora, the world of Avatar. Now, here's where things get a little interesting. Disneyland Park's Neverland section would theoretically include a flying simulator that uses similar technology from Pandora's Flight of Passage attraction. So if Disneyland actually builds that ride, maybe DCA will not get Flight of Passage, or Navi River Journey for that matter, since both rides share the same building over at Animal Kingdom. So what if Pandora got something else, maybe like an indoor Banshee roller coaster? It would be something completely original to the park, and the IP for that matter. If not a roller coaster, the more likely option would be a slow-moving dark ride through the natural beauty of Pandora. Also keep in mind, by the time this expansion would open, a whole lot more new Avatar movies would already be out in the theaters, so Disney has a lot to work with here. The last potential land I want to cover at California Adventure is Kumandra. For those who are unfamiliar with this name, this is the fictional Southeastern Asian setting shown throughout the new Disney movie Raya and the Last Dragon. Located in the center of Kumandra, there is a huge mountain, kind of similar to what we have here. Also in Kumandra, all the different towns shown within the film are connected through winding rivers. Again, kind of similar to what we see here. So it's pretty reasonable to assume that we could potentially get some sort of boat ride winding through the entire land. And surprisingly, in this overhead layout, we also see elements of a possible roller coaster. Now look, I'm gonna be honest, in my opinion this land does have the lowest chance of being built, just based on the low box office numbers compared to Disney's other movies. With that said, if this land does come into fruition, this would be one of, if not the best Disney expansion we would ever see in a long time. But remember, none of this is confirmed. I know I've said that multiple times, but you really need to understand that all of this is pure speculation. Also, I just want to announce that I'm officially the new co-host of the On the Hunt podcast. Go check it out. Episode 3 is now out on all your favorite podcast streaming services. Finally, if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, make sure to do that with those post notifications on. I'll be continuing my Universal 5-part series very soon, and you definitely don't want to miss the next episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys out on the horizon, the theme park horizons.